All right, sports fans, we are wrapping up the night here on With Sports Rob. I am, of course, Rob, your host. I am watching the Knights take on the Ducks right now. It's currently 1-1. Possibly by the time you see this, it'll be a different score. It takes a little time to put this out. But yeah, of course, the story of the night, the Spurs. They did annihilate the Timberwolves. It was a good game. It was a decent game at half. The Spurs were up by, I believe, 7. But yeah, the T-Wolves would come roaring back in the first about 4 minutes, the third quarter. It's the periods in hockey. It's the quarters in basketball. I think there's some commentator who's really big on that particular point. Periods in quarters. It may actually be Rob Adams, but I think I've heard it from particular sports analysts in kind of like the ESPN roles, which Rob Adams should be in the ESPN role. He should be doing play-by-play. I mean, he's done play-by-play for a local affiliate of the Yankees, which is a fantastic run for him. But yeah, he's a fantastic play-by-play guy, and obviously very good on the podcast. I was happy to have him on over the weekend to discuss the Knicks. It's good to have everyone kind of give their thoughts on the Knicks and the Sixers and that series. Again, as we saw last night, the Lakers closed out by the Thunder in a laugher. The Lakers kept it. I think the Lakers kept it close at halftime. Script, sometimes at least, but yeah, the script in this series coming into this game, or at one point in this last game between the Lakers and Thunder, I saw the stat. I'm not sure if it was a stat based on the first 2 games or up to that point in the second quarter of that game, but the Lakers and Thunder were tied in the first half. And in the second half, it was all Thunder. That was the course of the series. So for the course of the series, through the first 3 games, basically, the Thunder and Lakers played even through 2 quarters in each game. In the second half of every game, the Thunder pulled away. And that was the case last night. So wrapping up again, to finish up the story, Spurs would outscore the T-Wolves in the last 3:57, 14-4. Those 14 points would come in the final 3:39, starting on Victor Wembanyama free throws. So yeah, Spurs up 3-2. Maybe all will be right in the world. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Obviously these Timberwolves are a fantastic story, and I think most of the country is rooting for the Timberwolves just because of their history and the fact that they're a fun story this year. Not exactly a vaunted regular season team. They were not as good as they've been in the past. But yeah, I would like to see the Spurs and the Thunder. I think that would be a fantastic series. That's what that's what I root for. But yeah, we're seeing Anaheim and Vegas. Again, this series is currently 2-2. So one of these teams will go up 3-2 in Vegas tonight, Las Vegas, if you're not a hockey fan. And of course, earlier on tonight, the Sabres take down the Canadiens 3-2. Giving themselves a 2-2 tie in that series. We'll see what goes on with that. We'll see if either the Canadiens or the Sabres can give the vaunted Carolina Hurricanes a series. It'll be a step up in competition from the Flyers and the Pens. Much better. So we'll see if that causes Carolina any problems, who of course are 8-0 in this postseason. And as I heard today, which is a fun little sentiment, Rod Brindamore, perfect in the postseason. That was the tease for his appearance on the show this afternoon. And of course, I have to note, as Rob Adams as I teased on the Rob Adams discussion on the Knicks, he's got some content on the Yankees and the Mets and how things are feeling in New York. I'll try and get that up in the next couple of days, as he did bring in those notes and news about the baseball hysteria, or what we're feeling right now in New York for either of those teams, possibly for neither one of them. I would like to get that out because it is relevant to the current situation. I did want to let the Knicks series breathe, but maybe tomorrow I'll get that out. And I did want to say the Mets are 6-4 in the last 10. Tonight, a 10-2 victory over Detroit with the guy they called up, A.J. Ewing, going 1 for 2, getting on base 4 times, an 800 on base percentage with those 3 walks and a hit. He had a triple, a stolen base, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs. Whereas Carson Bench went 2 for 5, adding a run and an RBI. So maybe the youth movement is coming along. We've said this before. Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez. I don't know. He's kind of panned out. yeah, we've seen these guys come up and we've said, yes, the Mets have their next huge star, the next Doc Gooden, the next Darryl Strawberry. It's not really panned out. Let's see what we get. Obviously, Alonso panned out. But what happened with him? I think we got one playoff appearance out of him, maybe two. But yeah, it hasn't been fun. Hasn't been fun for a while to be a Mets Jets. Kind of the Rangers and the Knicks have been kind of flip-flopping in terms of how good they've been over the past 10 years. But yeah, hasn't been a fun situation. If you're a Yankees fan, if you're a Giants fan, you've had more fun over the past 10, 15 years. But yeah, that's it from now, for now. That's it from here, for now. We're closing up the night. I do hope to get you a what happened last night by tomorrow morning. I don't know if that'll get out. I've had a lot going on. Tonight's a little bit lighter. I should be putting out the Shell podcast by some point on Thursday. As I said, I'm hoping to do that. Got some time, a little bit. We'll see what happens. But thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and I may post something on Instagram and Facebook or Instagram alone about this Anaheim Ducks game and Vegas Golden Knights game. Just a post with some notes and some thoughts, and then maybe a video, what happened last night in the morning. We'd like to get back to that. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.